In the vast expanse of time, olive trees have thrived in the Near East for millennia. However, the remarkable abundance of ancient olive trees found in Jordan is truly exceptional. While a few groves of comparable age or older can be found in Greece and other Mediterranean countries, the majority of olive trees in the world are just descendants of carefully chosen specimens. Unfortunately, these newer generations cannot provide us with a true taste of the olives from ages past. It is truly a marvel that Jordan possesses such a plentiful array of living witnesses, preserving the memory of long-lost empires and people. These venerable trees, with their massive circumferences, reaching several meters sometimes, hold a place of significance in the rich tapestry of Jordanian heritage. Just like the castles and ruins scattered across the country, these olive trees stand as cherished relics of the past. They embody the enduring spirit of Jordan, serving as living witnesses to the passage of time and the historical legacy of the land. The government of Jordan considers these trees as natural treasures and as an integral part of the cultural heritage of the country. One of its branches, called NARC, has stewardship over these resources as part of the mandate.
Well, I am Dr. Nizar Haddad, the Director General of the National Agriculture Research Center. We are considered as the scientific arm of the Ministry of Agriculture. We are trying to be Center of Excellence in Agriculture Research for Sustainable Development. And we are conducting a lot of work on whether it is on the sustainable use of natural resources, including water, soil, generally the environment. In addition to that, we are having the custodianship over the national genetic resources. We are doing a lot of work in the field of biotechnology, advanced agriculture technologies, horticulture, hydroponics, you name it.
If by just looking at the trees, it is possible to say that they must be very old, researchers have been trying to get a more precise picture of their real age. Their conclusion is that most of these Roman olive trees are between 600 and 1,500 years old. It is nevertheless quite hard to give a precise age to a tree, so there is always the possibility of a margin of error.
When you evaluate those old olive trees, whether using the carbon or using the measurements, the morphological measurements or the size of the trees, you can understand how old and how huge are those trees. What we are trying to do is to conserve those trees. There are 3 main locations in Jordan where you can find those very old trees, 2 in the north and 1 in the south. But those olive trees, they are important as a resource, genetic resource, to help generally farmers to multiply those trees, because this variety is capable to survive drought and high temperature in addition to drought.
During the course of their research, the National Agricultural Research Center of Jordan made astounding discoveries that have illuminated the history and profound significance of olive tree cultivation in Jordan, as well as its impact over all of the Mediterranean when it comes to the varietals that are cultivated.
Well, studying the olive trees and generally the genetic resources is one of our mandates. And we were studying old olive trees to evaluate the reason behind their adaptation toward climatic changes, toward heat stresses, toward drought, salinity, erosion, and so on. And surprisingly, we discovered, while studying the full genome sequencing of those trees and also the full chloroplast sequencing of those trees, we discovered that they are the origin of 2 very important varieties that are well spread worldwide. One is Italian, one is Spanish, and Spain and Italy are the main exporters of olive oil in the world, Frontoio and Monzanello. So we discovered that our historical or old olive trees that named Mehras are the origin of those two very important varieties.
The ancient olive trees of Jordan, with some specimen dating back to the Roman era, belong to one of the oldest olive tree varieties in existence, called Mehras. The recent NARC research showed that Mehras trees are the parents of several popular olive tree varieties found in Italy and Spain, proving the critical part Jordan played in the domestication and major adoption of the olive tree around the Mediterranean Sea. These old olive trees that are currently endangered by urbanization represent an essential window on what can be considered one of the most important food traditions in Europe. This mandates renewed efforts to ensure the survival and hopefully one day their classification as part of the world's cultural heritage.